Yeah, morning, Dino. Morning, Natalie. Yeah, I'm very well. I'm the JCB Golf Club. It's about 28 degrees.
Oh,
We sat
All
out
right.
on a patio looking at the 13th fairway.
Oh, and you've got
Oh,
that big live event coming up there soon, so that should be good.
Next week, Dean.
Yeah.
fabulous.
Chubby, I mean, you've worked with some of the best golfers ever. Ernie Els, Rory, Louis Oosthuizen, Darren Clark, Lee Westwood. What do you know when they come off the course? And Rory's come off the course yesterday. Obviously, he'll come and speak to you, his manager. What's the difference between the top players to the really good players?
Well, the top players obviously play better more often, and then the really top players take their chances. And that's all that's happened with Rory. Rory's played fantastically for 10 years. He just hasn't taken any chances. And I think looking from the outside, I haven't seen Rory for a couple of years, but to me, it looks like his life is messy. He's, you know what it's like as a sportsman, Dean. You have to have pretty total focus and keep sort of your mind on what you're doing. Looks like Rory spent a year and a half fighting live for the PGA Tour. Then the PGA Tour pulled the rug from under him. Then he started talking about live not being too bad. Then he had his marriage problem, and then he's got such media scrutiny because he hasn't won a major, so he just can't get away from it. I think his life is really messy.
Let's go back to when you first started working with him, when he was obviously maybe in the infancy of his golfing career. How did you help him handle that pressure when he was sort of first starting out?
Well, his life wasn't messy then. He went.
Mm.
I tell this story quite a lot, but at the Open at Carnoustie, and I think it was 2007. He was 3 months away from turning pro, and we had a meeting on the patio at Carnoustie, and he bought a house before he actually made any money. You know, his contracts were going to be so good in 3 months' time that he sat down and he said, "I want to buy a house." And I'd never heard of kids like that say that.
Mhm.
And he bought a house before he turned pro, but he had the money coming. His contract with Jumeirah Hotels, Titleist, whatever. But he was just a focused kid that wanted to be the best player in the world, and he just wanted to win majors. And then as he's got older, and not everybody, to be fair, as they get older, your life gets messier, doesn't it? You've got family, you've got wives, you've got business, you've got investments. Things get messier, and I think his life has got messy.
So what will he be thinking this morning, Chubby? When he's come off that round yesterday. How will his mindset be this morning?
He'll be wondering what time to fix the plane to go home.
Oh, no. He won't, surely. Surely he's got to think, I've got some way of bouncing back here.
Listen,
No?
he'll go out and do his best today, right? And his best's very good. So if he plays his best, he could make the cut. But he'll have to play very, very well, won't he? And what is he, 6 over?
7, I think.
He's got 7 over. He's got to shoot 67 or less, which he's well capable of. But in his mind, it'll be, what time can I get out of it? So the last place I think he wants to be at the moment, certainly playing badly, is a golf course.
So
you know what I mean? He just wants to get back to his normal life.
the other contenders, Chubby, at the minute, who do you fancy to come through?
You'd ask me this. Eric Cole's doing well, Dean. Remember Eric Cole I told you about yesterday? 400 to 1, he's 1 over. I can't see past Scotty Scheffler.
He's
I think
I think
Scotty Scheffler's level of play is almost the same as Tiger Woods was in his heyday. You look at how many times it's a long ironish or six down was to within 8-10 feet and inside. He just hits so many quality golf shots in a day, and this golf course sets up for him great because it's pinpoint stuff, isn't it? You can't go in the rough and make a score.
I mean, as Dino was pointing out, you've worked with a number of legendary golfers. You started out with Rory Mcilroy when he was beginning his pro career as well. I just wondered if there's any sort of up-and-coming golfers on the scene right now, like a certain Ludwig Oberg, for example, that you look at and think, gosh, there's potential with these players coming through now.
I think Oberg is exceptional. I think his his golf game, his swing's a bit like Dean's. Very simple, very straightforward, and he doesn't. He gave me a lesson yesterday, Natalie. If he'd have told me that Dean Saunders was one day going to give me a golf lesson, I would have laughed at him. That's partly because, as you know, he can't stay quiet for 4 hours. You know, he's like.
I was going to ask that actually. I can't imagine how. Are you respectful on the greens?
Yeah. Yeah, he was swinging like Chandler off Friends, not Chubby Chandler. So I had to do something about it. It was embarrassing. He's won European Tour events, and he's
listen. How do you know when you've won, Dean?
You picked 15 quid up off me.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyway, Chubby, going back to Tiger Woods, Monty's had a pop at him. Say, where do you stand on that one, Tiger Woods?
It was interesting, Monty saying that he hadn't won a major for this long, that long, and whatever. Monty never won a major. He never won one. You know, I mean, we discussed it yesterday, and I think for a professional sportsman to time it right when you're going to step back and say, I'm going to retire, is very, very difficult. And some get it right and some get it wrong. Look at tennis. To me, Federer did it perfectly. To me, Andy Murray got it wrong. And you can overstay your welcome. And I think, to be honest, I think Tiger's probably doing himself and all his fans no good at the moment because nobody wants to see him struggle. I mean, he looked like me finishing yesterday, didn't he? And I'm 71. And, you know, he looked tired. He looked stressed. And he's got such a great legacy. Why spoil it? So I'd agree with Monty a bit.
Yeah, but I think that's what Monty was trying to say. It's the legacy that he was worried about.
I agree. But I also think that Tiger's earned the right to do whatever he wants. You know, he's the best player that's ever been, just about. So, you know, he's earned the right to do whatever he wants. And as he said, he's exempt in the Open till he's 60. And he'll probably play in the Open till he's 60. Because everybody else is. You know, all the guys, if you see them, they all play up to when they can play because they want to experience it. They want to be in the middle of the Open. And when they go and play the tournaments at the Open, they are an Open champion. So I can see both sides of it.
Yeah. Listen, it's been great. Thank you for sparing the time to speak to us, Chubby.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks,
nice
Chubby.
to see you, boys.
See you, bye.
You two, Pally.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.